Look at that, long range. Extra army supplies. It's just exercises, isn't it? It's quite a common thing. We see the flight. They usually sort of like fly track along the Thames. Let's see if they're going to make a right-hand turn here. Down towards the army training grounds out to the south of M25. When are you coming back? Live. Army training camps at bit of a funky shot there. That would have been with those aeroplane and the choppers. If this fella behind him hurries up and these guys pull the brakes on a little bit, we might get another one. Kind of missed that opportunity there. Lip hook maybe down to America. Bob Shalvoy is saying that the ETD is now showing a 1741. So, oh, okay, that's interesting. 1741. Okay, all right. Oh yeah, that's right. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I was literally like wearing a hole out, a trench out. So we went down to CVP and ordered a new piece of equipment. Okay, coming up, funky shot, stand by for the funky shot. Come on, son, come on, hurry up. Better move on there. On your knees, soldier. Okay, stand by. Come on, son. Hurry up, mate. Hurry up. Oh, it's not that funky now. No, the funk has gone. She's still over there, folks. Obviously, they've completed their offloading procedures, I think. Well, we drove past there, didn't we, Gillian? The nose was still open, but I have no doubt that we have a few people on here who, thanks to everybody again for their feedback, really appreciate that. But for the time being, what we're going to do is we're going to give you some departures, because after all, what else are we going to do? So I'm hearing, and I don't know if this is correct or not, but it seems to have come from a relatively decent source that it wasn't just the stabilizer that was damaged, but also to the APU area. It's a little bit vague, that, you know, in terms of the APU area. The APU on the A350, as with everywhere else, is that cone there. You can see at the back of the aircraft. I finished unloading about 5 minutes ago. Wow. Oh, still unloading. Wow. Okay, so there may be a, I don't know, that might result in a little bit of a delay, who knows, but look at this. Wow. Justin, helicopters are just so boring. Oh, I don't know, Justin. Maybe you've... Chinooks are not boring, man. They're proper big old things, and, you know, I know what you're saying in some respects, you know, but, you know, they're still, you know, aeroplanes in a funny sort of way, aren't they? Anyway, this is the Airbus A220. Renegade Extreme, was that a red tug that went past? Karina. It's way past morning, Karina. unless you're somewhere. Karina's, no, she's in Vegas, isn't she? VJ Ladwa is a returning member. Welcome, VJ. Yeah, so listen, folks, I don't want to give too much away, really, because I know that if I say that we're going to do something, I could just imagine other people sort of like, you know, jumping on the bandwagon sort of thing. But, you know, we're considering doing something. You know, we obviously had the on-air shows, but the problem with the on-air shows, they were sort of like, you know, a little bit unpredictable. Hear that air passing over the fan blades. I originally titled that the Wookiee Howl. Unfortunately, quite a few other people have kind of like it's jumped on their one as well, which, you know, I feel quite humbled that people have copied my my names and stuff like that I have for aircraft. Use your own imagination, man. Maybe, you know, maybe reach into your inner psyche and sort of like use your own imagination rather than just nicking other people's ideas. But anyway, whatever. So yeah, and the howl that we talk about there, folks, almost sounded like a Wookiee, of course. The howl is the cold air passing, well, the slow air passing over the fan blades as the aircraft powers up. It's just a moment. It's a bit like blowing over the top of a bottle. So you'll hear it shortly as it spools up, brings the N1 pressures up. You'll hear that and all that. Here we go. Spaceship Mini 350. Look. Yeah, you can hear the Wookiee howl on landings because that is where they're powering up the engines, and just that very short moment in time where the pressure, the pressure of the air passing over the fan blades creates that that howl, that noise that you get like when you blow over the top of a bottle. Won't get any howl out of this one other than a big set of GE howls. There's no howl more, yeah, Vulcan howl, eerie, quite frightening in a way. But I tell you what, in the middle of the night, I'll be howling in my sleep. No, sometimes when living so close to London Heathrow, you do from time to time, in the middle of the night, hear this distant howl of an A220 spawning up. Actually, maybe sometimes an A320 powered by Pratt & Whitney's, like Lufthansa's A320 fleet. Fire this big thing up. Look. Flashed up on Pistol Knight's phone. Gary. Wow, Well, that's a very D-rated departure. JF840 for the love of transport has gifted a channel membership. Big shout out to the bunch of Irish fellas down at McDonald's who we met up with, Jer and his gang. We also saw, who else? Who was it? Oh, okay, all right. Who else was it we saw, Julie? Matteo, who we haven't heard from for ages, but Matteo, good to see you as well. Kind of got a bit mobbed down at McDonald's. Kind of does that. Tim Rotunda. The 777 with GE90s had a noise like that. It turned out to be harmonics that they determined would potentially damage the engine, so they fixed it. Tim, that's not the first time I've heard that, you know. Interesting feedback there from Tim Rotunda about the GE90 that had that problem in the early stages. Maybe that was something to do with the reason why Rolls-Royce RB211s. Oh no, that was on the jumbo. Sorry. Yeah, the GE90. The earlier GE90s. It was the Rolls-Royce Trent 800s, wasn't it? That replaced, well, not replaced them, but were later, early-ish models of the 777. Kind of like the one that you're seeing lining up behind this or next to this 350. Now you see just at the back there, you see where the horizontal stabilizer meets the fuselage. You see how that is slightly out of alignment. You see the white paint. You see the the red. That is the trim, the stabilizer trim, which is already preset by the onboard computers, based on the information that's been inputted into the flight management computer. So basically that will give them the optimal takeoff. So you can see the complexity of what they've got coming up with these guys at British Airways with their engineering teams and the Airbus teams as well. Obviously they've got Airbus specialists out here who are going to be attaching that that stabilizer. So everything's a moving part. Obviously the elevator's connected to the stabilizer, and the stabilizer connected to the fuselage, and the fuselage. Well, it's not really connected to the. Well, it is connected to the fuselage. It's sort of like a. It's kind of like on an axle, if you know what I mean. It's like a rotatable piece of equipment, which is quite obviously very sophisticated. It's not pressurized in that area, as far as I'm aware, because it's a sort of like an open compartment there, where the stabilizer is mounted behind the pressure bulkhead of the aircraft. Tony McCall, no, I didn't see the photos of the delivery, a whole horizontal stabiliser section. James Dayton has gifted 10 channel memberships. Thanks, mate. Rennie Kortikas, good day to you, my friend. He's also gifted a membership. Karina Stevens has gifted 5 channel memberships. And Pat Scott is a brand new member. Welcome, Pete. Pat Scott. Pete Wright has just joined us, and I think he might have joined during the break, the extensive break where I was supposed to try and do some gardening, but it never worked. And ended up going to CVP to buy a new piece of equipment to bring you guys some. Yeah, I don't know if we should say it just yet. Let's set it up and then just bring it on one day, shall we? I think that's the best thing to do. Don't tell them what we're doing, because you know, there she is, folks. Apparently 5 minutes ago she was still offloading that piece stabilising. Obviously, the difficulty, not the difficulty that they're having. I've seen pictures of the offload. Sorry, that guy asking the pictures. If I saw pictures, I saw pictures, but I didn't see the stabiliser unit itself. I'm guessing surely two guys lifted it off the Beluga XL. Two guys. It's definitely not two guys lifted it off. James Dayton's gifted 10 channel memberships. Thanks, mate. Petra van der Dries, good morning. Tuning in from Santa Barbara. David Mead asking potentially any engine could create that, serve up that Wookiee howl. Well, it's actually the design of the fan blade is the reason for it. So no, it potentially could if all the fan blades were exactly the same dimension and shape, because you look at these. This is the LEAP engine, I think, on the Aer Lingus jet. Beautiful fan blade, great architecture, beautiful technology on the LEAP and the Pratt & Whitney engines, both of them. But obviously the unique design of the fan blades of the Pratt & Whitney engine create that howl that we hear, the low pressure howl. You see? Digital David, I started talking about the on-air shows, but what we're basically going to do, folks, we're going to, because the on-air shows sort of like, we're a little bit unpredictable, and whereas if we're thinking of doing something else which is sort of like not every day, but it's going to be sort of like, every time that I'm at base and I'm not going out and doing something early in the morning. This isn't a replay. Alfie, no, you're not able to come out here on the they're not open till 6 o'clock here, or is it 5 o'clock? I can't remember. 5 o'clock, and of course you have to be have either pre-booked a meal. Or come here to have something to eat and sit down and enjoy a meal, in which case you're more than welcome to. I don't think so, no. I think the Sky Bar has a minimum spend as well. You have to be a hotel guest, folks. You've got to understand that, man. It's not someone who just turning up at your house and start, setting up. It's disrespectful. Was it Alvon or Alvon? That 320 out to Dublin with Aer Lingus. Now this is the Rolls-Royce powered 777. Now this is the engine that sort of rescued the 777. Yeah, kind of like the lockdown shows. Yeah, potentially. Yeah, kind of. But only what we did at the beginning of the lockdown shows, which was an intro by me. But yes, that kind of thing. Oh no, this is G90, my apologies. Sorry, I was thinking of that one over there. There's the old, that's the Rolls-Royce Trent 800. This is a lovely old, very old Boeing 777-200 with very old engines. I say very old engines, they've obviously been dismantled and reconditioned and overhauled quite a few times in their lifetime. Although saying that, we did discuss that, didn't we? And we found that it's only like 2 major strip downs during its lifetime, these engines. God knows how many people find that. Well, there we go. Yeah. Martin W. Been to the Sky Bar a few times without being a hotel guest, but I've always had lunch there. But yeah, well, there you go. You show some respect and, that kind of thing. And obviously it's okay, listen to the different spool ups between The GE90. This is an extended range jet. Quite a bit of. So that's the GE powered 777. Now this is the Rolls-Royce powered one, the Trent 800. This is just as old, this engine. Listen to the hum. See, now that's oscillation on the fan blades as well. Listen to that. Hear the deep bass. Here we go. John Bolton. Oh, John Bolland, sorry. Give to the channel. Oh, there we go. Somebody in Gibraltar who was unable to join. Jilly recommended using a VPN, and bang, there you go, he's got it sorted. Good to see you here, my friend. So the Isle of Man, Channel Islands and Gibraltar, if you're trying to join, YouTube doesn't recognise it. Why not? You just got to get yourself a VPN. I use, which one do I use? I can't remember which one I use, the yellow one, isn't it? Is it Nord? Yeah, Norton. Yeah, I used, oh, okay. Antivirus. No, it's a VPN, mate. Oh, okay. Margaret Burnett, yes. I'm sorry, it does go. Jilly does do her best to keep control of things, but it's obviously the chat does move very quickly indeed. A funky shot there. Okay, Roger's over by Titan, where the Cathay jets are parked up. So he's over there. Who are? Is it? He's over there. Still no movement. Quite a bit of a an optical illusion, really. Well, look, mate. I've never. Somebody loving the sound of Trents. Come out, wherever you are. Lovely Boeing 767-400. Carol H. Bristol Night. Toulouse comes to us, you go to Toulouse like it. Arrow Digital David has gifted 5 channel memberships. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. So yeah, Roger is parked up over at the Cathay Jets obviously in prime position, as he says, because obviously the XL, the Beluga jet, will be towed up to here. Now the great thing is that I don't know where they're going to start the engines, probably way right there where we want to sort of see it happening, but hey, it is what it is. Beautiful Qatar 777-300 making its way out. Big old beast. Justin H, thank you. It's 5:20 departure. Peter Graham, he is in the little tug with the lights on. He's in the little tug with the lights on. Little tug. Go and get Pinky some. Craig Charles. Welcome back, Craig. Premium member. Good to see you, mate. Obviously not the Craig Charles. A good day to you, my friend. Welcome back, like I say. So now the sun is actually got his hat on. There we go. That's better. That's better. There we go. She's getting a little bit sort of. We need a bit of cloud cover, really, to be honest with you. It's sort of coming this way, looking to me like it might be. Oi! Listen to that. Welcome, Jay. The sun's on. The 767-400 raked wingtip. Kind of the test bed guinea pig for the raked wingtip that was introduced around about the same time as the 777-200 freighters and the 300s. Thanks, Hodgie. Gifted a channel membership, mate. Cheers. Big old glare down there. We need that cloud to get right over the top of us. Come on, mate. We need that sun out of the way. It is slowly but surely moving across, so we should be able to eliminate that. Oh, is it? Oh, cool. Are you serious? Oh, blimey. Obviously just due to the fact that they've maybe had a little bit of difficulty getting it off. Gear coming down. Was his gear already down? No, skids. It's got sleds. That's a copper chopper, isn't it? Is it Sky? They got a camera on it. Straight across. No, that's red, mate. That's red and white. That is. It's got written under. No, it's Coast Guard, isn't it? Oh, mate. That is just typical, isn't it? I know, man, but you know, I set the camera up. I set the panning arm up knowing that I wouldn't have any clear skies over me, and then all of a sudden, bang, I get a vertical shot. Is that emergency, search and rescue, is it? Oh. Now the gear's down. Maybe Norfolk, something like that. Great sounding aircraft. Here's a 767-300. strain, wasn't it? Right. You all right with that, mate? Here we go. Rotate for the old 767. Trouble with those old aeroplanes, you see. It's like having a classic car, isn't it? It's all forever in the workshop. Gary D, 31 years old, that 767, man. That is crazy. Hey, a few people noticed, and we only noticed when we were looking at the footage back, but the Beluga coming past us this morning, a door, there was a squeak, and it sounded like a dolphin, but it wasn't. It was somebody opening the door, but let's just say it was a dolphin or a porpoise. Great. That gets old, Gino. Triggers Broom 767. Change what on a Monday, do you think? Or Sunday? What? Hey? Yeah. It's not the same every week. It does alternate. So next week, if they stay on two operations, they will remain. They will obviously be in the other way round on Monday. For example, they'll be going out in the morning and arriving in the afternoon, and vice versa, and then switching. No, definitely not. Yeah, we will definitely not be doing New Year's Eve here, folks. We kind of learnt our lesson last year, so negative. Give these guys a little bit of love, shall we? It's the IAE engine. Tracy Mills is in here. Welcome, Tracy. Asking if they missed the arrival. Yes, sir, or yes, madam. You did. Hey, you know what? I think I tore a saw a pulley cat. No, I think I might have seen that Kenya Airways a jet. Hold on a minute. No, she's not over there. Oh, hold on a minute. Is that? Yeah, she is. She's still parked up. They must have a number of wildlife liveried Dreamliners. The old the guys at. Wow, get some great. Here goes that cloud now. Come on, son. Bring it on. Bring it on. Still a broken cloud. Don't worry. We'll get the. Oh, what's that? What's that? No, that's a. It's a piece of. That's a generator of some sort, isn't it? Wow, look at the size of that thing. That was early. That was very early, man. Look at that. Look at that for a touchdown. Normal touchdowns are sort of like all the way back there. It's pretty crazy, man. Martin Saxton. Oh, Kefren, renewed my first class membership today, Jerry, after a long illness. Oh, mate, that is great to have you back, and I'm glad you've got through it. This is the Pratt & Whitney PW4000 engine. This is another old engine. Sorry, the number one engine. "22 years old." Quite young compared to some of the older 777s. Oh, okay. So it did take off earlier. The Kenya. Thanks, Jerry. Must be an American jet parked up there then. indeed, I think that's a Virgin jet there. And yeah, both Virgin jets. In fact, I think they're both A330-300s, which are slated for retirement. There's the one. So she's gone then. She's been fixed, the Kenyan 787, on her way home. We do have an emoji for the whale, for the beluga. Ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. Virgin 330s are being retired. Sorry about the scraping and fusing that. Just arranging the tables up here, folks. So bear with us for a little while. Yeah, those 330s looks like they're taking them out of service quite rapidly, I have to say. Quite interesting because look, 1, 2, and 3 parked up over there. All A330-300s slated for retirement. Those jets during this month, September. And I'm hopeful that we might be able to do something with Virgin Atlantic, but it does entail the stars aligning, and that sometimes, a lot of the times, we rely on the stars aligning when we want to do something with somebody, because I can appreciate that there's an aircraft coming out of the hangar. Look, he's coming out. Who is that? Concorde 444, there we go indeed, the Virgin 787 that was involved in the incident with the BA350 was indeed returned to service in June, so very soon, thank you, very soon after the incident, so literally a couple of months, and it was fixed. Simon Morgan, yeah, easy mistake. Karina missed the A330-600. I think you might mean the A340-600, Karina, possibly. Zenzivan Crane. The Beluga's landed, Zenzivan Crane. There she is, still, we believe, going through her offload procedures, which is, they keep putting the time back and back, so in the meantime, we'll just we'll get some departures for you. Anthony Hockaday saying, "I'll be back from work by the time it takes off." First 330 Yankee Charlie is away to Chateauroux already. Second is at Birmingham for end of lease works. Wow, so they're really they're chucking them out quite quick, aren't they? Not messing around. They've obviously got that possibly be the end of the summer season why they're doing it now, so as to minimise any disruption, but see as it will disrupt them. Maybe they did literally have aircraft, I wouldn't say surplus to requirements, but they weren't in need of more aircraft. Well, because at the moment, I think it's the last 350, isn't it, at the last neo that they're and one once they have disposed of all their A330 CEOs, current engine option with the Trent 700, they will then be the youngest UK operator fleet. Certainly international, and also Virgin starting up some new routes, aren't they? Over in the east rather than over in the west, so that's quite interesting. Oh, the middle one's a 350, is it? Oh yeah, there we are. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, that's a 350. You see the big engines. Yeah. That's a 300, and that's a 300C. Yeah. Sorry, yeah, you're right. That's a 350. Sorry about that. We got Dan Jones is a returning first class member. Phil Thompson is a brand new member. Richard Bennett also a brand new member. Welcome all of you. Wow, when that sun goes in, I'll tell you what, the jacket's going back on, sun. There we go. That's what we needed. Now we'll hopefully the light should be a little bit more favourable for departures. Local constabulary having a nose look, and why not, mate? Why not? Hello to Heathrow, please. Oh, that's a point. Hold on, let me call you back, Julie. I'll call you back. I'll just call you. As it turns out. Oh, were you? Oh, you should have said so. I'll give you a shout out. Well, if you're watching it about yeah, what's your name? I'll give you a shout. Machine. I'll give you a shout out, Machine. All right then. See you in a bit. Cheers. Bye. Machine. Okay, here we go. GP, write that down, please. Take it up. Machine. Okay, just write that down. I think it's Nasheen or Rasheen. I think it's Nasheen. Anyway. Heathrow Police Control Room. Look at a bunch of people down there. Really now? Oh, does it now? It's got to be a replacement for the 737, hasn't it? Have we got a fuselage length on it? Or any dimensions? No? Send me a picture of it. Yeah. Okay, interesting. Who's it credited to? Oh, is it not? Oh. Give a love. Oh, lovely jumbo jet. Lovely jumbo jet. Okay, stand by. It's like 787. Reached the end of its life. Yeah. And then it has a sort of yeah, but all it is, it's like one of those. It's like one of those. It's like one of those. Photoshopped things that you see, like the yeah. I mean, it's got the okay, it's got the scimitar winglet of a 737. It's got the it hasn't got the scalloped engines. Looks like they are bigger engines, so it's a morph between the Dreamliner and the well, it's more a Dreamliner than it is a 737, but it's just a stubbier sort of like version of it, like the length of a 737. I think the reason why they're possibly doing that is because they couldn't make the 737 any longer than what it is. The Dash 10, isn't it? Which that's as long as they can go before the thing sort of like falls out of proportion and is no longer credible in terms of being a flying machine, because you have to build a bigger wing for it. Of course, the 737 over the years, the wing has literally morphed, as well as the fuselage. Everything's just gone wider and longer, I'd imagine that the reason why that 797 looks the way it is because it's potentially a replacement for the 737 at some point in the future. So we'll have to see what happens, because yeah, but I'm quite surprised to see, because what did they say, $45 billion to develop it or something like that, potentially. A new aircraft from ground up, like literally, written on the back of a fag packet or cigarette packaging, sorry, or a serviette. Blimey, 8.2. Good afternoon, everyone. What are you doing? School kids waving at me as I'm driving down the street. Jerry! Work hard. All of you school kids, work hard. And you could be flying one of these things in no time at all. But in the meantime, if you want to, if you're into science and technology and engineering, get yourself a job over there. You know, apprentice. Even if it means making the tea. Imagine getting to see stuff like that every morning. Hey? Wow! I think that engine, I think the replacement is possibly in there. They just got to take the nacelle off of it, unless that's already, as it kind of looks like it's got the nacelle attached to it, doesn't it? That's an engine without the nacelle. Oh, have they moved it? Oh, they've taken it away. Look. Ah, gutted. I'd love to have seen that being transported across the airfield. Johnny on his racing bicycle. Deshaun Bennett, how old is London Heathrow? Oh, good question that, Deshaun. I think you'll find that the airport opened in 1953, I think. The first ever aeroplane to operate out of London Heathrow, or London as it was known then, I guess, Oh, opened 25th of March 1946, I'm hearing. But I think that commercial services started with the Lancastrian converted Lancaster bombers, which were surplus to requirement or were manufactured but then were no longer needed. Mr. Rigsby, 46, there we go. Opened in 46. When was it commercially? When was the first commercial flight out of probably 1947 or something? Jordan Shan, what did the Beluga deliver? Where have you been, Jordan? Obviously working, keeping the wheels of industries turning. But yeah, the Beluga today delivered, most definitely. Originally I thought it was just a part of a horizontal stabilizer. Turns out that it's actually the entire horizontal stabilizer, not the elevator, but the static part of the aircraft, which is what you see there either side. See the horizontal stabilizers there. I know this is a 777, but that's just to give you an idea of the part that's been delivered. Obviously a very, very important of the aircraft. But as well as that, we do hear unconfirmed reports that it may have also been the APU or parts of it near to it were also damaged. But that's not a confirmed report at the moment. But it was a credible source that we heard it from. There we go. Aidan Campbell, first flight from Heathrow was a converted Lancastrian. Well, it was a Lancastrian, which was a converted Lancaster bomber. Yeah, back in those days, man. I mean, what was the seating capacity of a Lancastrian? Probably about 10 people, something like that. Incredible when you look at a Lancaster bomber and you think, wow, it's a big bomber in it. But it wasn't, it's, you put an A321 up next to it and it'll dwarf it. It's just because it's got 4 engines, so you automatically think of it as a massive aircraft. But you look at the Boeing 707 and put that next to a 747, and that's like putting these two together. Absolutely incredible how small the 707 was. In fact, I think, to be honest with you, the 321 is actually about the same length as a 707. Alan Dix, how long to get the 350 back into service? 2 to 3 weeks. Oh no, sorry, 15 to 20 days or something, somebody said this morning, Alan. Noel J, Beluga hasn't gone yet, that's what we're here for. She's still sitting over there. Doesn't look like there's anything significant going on, but it is a bit of an optical illusion because that's a massive cul-de-sac in there. So they won't be able to turn her around. They'll back her up and then pull her forward up to here or thereabouts, where she'll be unhooked and the engines will be started. She'll then taxi out, I'd imagine, on this section here and join the entry point around about there. Or they might take her right the way round over the top so that we can get a head-on shot of her as she enters the entry point. Finnair landing shot. Got it. Yeah, BA have waited a long time. The damage occurred, the collision occurred in April of this year. Virgin's Dreamliner was fixed by June, so only a couple of months out of service. Even that would have cost them quite a bit of cash, I'd imagine. But the 350, because they have had to have because I think that the Dreamliner wingtip was damaged, and the thing about the wingtip is that it is if it is just that, it's easily repairable in terms of a retrofit bolt-on piece. Thank you, Nick. American 777 to Dallas. Up-to-date new variant of the Trent 7000. Right the way through that engine, man. Look at that. Big titanium fan blades. Soon, hopefully, for as far as Rolls-Royce are concerned, hopefully going to be replacing those engines with the UltraFan at some point. I think there's a possibility that, you know, sometime in its life, that aircraft may well be fitted with UltraFan engines. I blame you, Dad. I blame me, Dad. Yeah. No, I think it doesn't come from an entire instruction manual. Thank you for choosing the Airbus A350 horizontal stabilizer assembly. Fitting instructions, 1 of 12. Remove carefully from the box. With your stabilizer should be 1 set of Allen keys, glue, rivet gun, fastenings A to Q. Oh, look, here comes an old battered 330 though. Circle for a landing. It's a new member. Welcome, Circle for a landing. All members, premium, first class and super class, obviously going to be joining me this Wednesday in Toulouse, where we're going to see more Belugas, folks, as well as obviously Airbus aircraft in their different guises, new aeroplanes that haven't been painted, aeroplanes without engines, bits and pieces of aircraft being carted around the airfield, all that kind of stuff. You'll see the Beluga, Jilly, go over your house, mate. Well, she's probably going to turn left after departure, isn't she? Circle for a land. Bringing their 350 in today. I think did you read also, folks, that the Boeing 777-9, as the X, as many people call it, the 777-9 has now resumed flight testing. 4 newly fitted thrust assemblies fitted to the engine mounts, which is the thrust link, which is literally the biggest component that attaches the engine to the pylon, which is attached to the wing. It's all sort of one component, but by the sounds of it, what happened? What happened? Yes, we were live when it happened. We were indeed. Yes. There was a lot of commotion, wasn't there? But it all happened out of sight in the cul-de-sac. Yeah, all the parents were out there in the middle of the road. It's his bloody fault. We should have done that. Screaming at each other. The police were there. You know, God blimey. Richard Benham is a brand new member. Welcome, Richard. John Walton, John 7X. What's this name then I was supposed to be saying? The Ron Style 27, you can get those fancy parts from Halfords in Nottingham. Hello Halfords, how can I help? Ulrich Axman is a returning member. Welcome back, Ulrich. Departures looking so amazing in this light. Matsi. Brawlarian. Reckon the assembly comes with spares. No, negative. This will be a fabricated, a purely fabricated part, which is made in Spain, I think. Am I right in saying that the empennage, the back end, is made in Spain of the A350? We're getting some wizards, man. We're getting some wizards off these engines. Let's make a little bit more effort, Jerry. Oh, fair play. Becky Hale is a returning member. Welcome back, Becky. Somebody confirming what I was saying about getting an apprenticeship, and he started it that way and carried on for 40 years. Steve, did you say? Steve Havisham, thanks mate. Tavisham, for God's sake. Skyway. Diane 78, Helen Cook, Noel Jane. Aidan Campbell, Hexcel is the manufacturer of the empennage for the Airbus A350XW, along with other composite structures for the aircraft. And where are they based? Hexcel, where are they based? Are they a Spanish company, or obviously Germany have a big involvement in it? All different manufacturers and manufacturing facilities all over the world, really, with Airbus. It is a global operation, although the and they have assembly lines in China, don't they? Haven't they just opened up? It's a really big sort of like competition against Comac, isn't it? No, not Comac, not Comac. Blue Sky. Blimey, have I missed a few here? Hold on a minute, let me start with this one. Richard Benham, we got welcome Richard. Ulrich Axman, also a returning member of first class. Becky Hale, and we got Blue Sky. Dun, 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 dun. Oh no, I had that the other night. I woke up with it here, didn't I? Sunshine in the sky, there ain't a cloud inside. It's stop raining. Lucy Bundy Road. Just realised I put the oven on for dinner. Oops, Aaron Thomas, Deshaun Bennett, Comac C919. Yes, he's talking about the Chinese consortium that are now producing what seems to be quite successful aircraft against the likes of Airbus and Boeing with the Comac C919. Very much like this aircraft. In fact, it's powered by the LEAP engine as well. The Comac. Lovely. I'm just going to grab this, folks. Lovely. We're not going to see many of these around anymore. So they're not bothering to spruce these aircraft up, not even clean them really, to be honest with you. They just going to be taking them out of service. See all the different engine cowls. You got the leading edge nacelle, the leading cowl there, the engine intake, the rear exhaust nacelle as well. Those mid section of the engine there, which is houses the Safran door reversers. You can't see them so that because they're so tightly fitted on there. Absolutely, completely flush with the engine covers. Watch out for us, see if we get any see how long the spool up is on the Trent 7s. So I think it's related in some way to the engine's design and development, and also obviously to protect the engine from maintenance, from regular maintenance checks. Although those Trent 700s are an old engine now, multiple fan blades. You look at the engines head on compared to something like this GE90. So nice to be around. See. Somebody's saying can't wait for the flight sim with the Beluga. I thought that was already available. I mean, in terms of the aircraft's little bit of overspill from the engine there, the vents there, see underneath the engine. Yeah, well, you know, we'll have to see how that 797 gathers pace, because we've got no official word from Boeing yet, have we? It's all just speculation, isn't it? The 797 from respectable sources, don't get me wrong. John Ostrower's very respectable, and you know, you believe everything he says, really, because he only he doesn't clickbait. He just talks about the current industry and what's happening in it, and sometimes he has his opinions and stuff like that, but you know, if you read something from John Ostrower, is it Ostrower or Ostroyer? Ostrower. It's always credible. See, getting a lot of haze from a hello, someone's in a hurry. Ian Newton, he's 50 years old. God, he's a mere youngster, isn't he, at 50? Lucky so-and-so. Yeah, anyway, just saying how amazing it is that an aircraft of such size gets off the ground, especially when they don't use full engine like flex on departure. But you know, it is like I said this morning, it is all relative in terms of the size of the aircraft versus the amount of power that it needs. I mean, you know, it's like any form of transport, isn't it? Like those big, ginormous ships that you see on the sea. You know, the big container ships or the oil tankers. The size of their engines are unbelievable. And the one thing with those big ships is it takes like 10 kilometers to stop. It hasn't really got brakes. But this thing here that you're looking at right now, the Airbus A380, is a thing of beauty in my eyes. In terms of its engineering, it is just the most amazing aircraft, as well as everything else. I love all the other aircraft, but you know, I mean, and fair play to Airbus for coming into a very heavy 747 marketplace and going up against Boeing with their 380. But you know, it worked for a while. In fact, it worked so well that Boeing had to sort of like counteract the threat from the A380 with the aging 747-400 to create the 747-8 Intercontinental, which for a time was, but by the time that -8 Intercontinental was out, it had only been running for how many years? When was the first 747-8 released? Because literally the last one was manufactured, what, 3 years ago now? Is it 3 years or 2 years ago the last one was manufactured? And lots of ex-747-8s have been recommissioned. And of course, a number of operators sticking with the aircraft, like Lufthansa, for example, both 747-400s and the -8s. Because of the delays with the 777-9. Interesting, the 777-9 that we were talking about just now, folks, it's back in the sky, its flight testing has resumed. In fact, they were down in Honolulu, and I think they've completed their checks and tests down in Honolulu, because the thrust link has been replaced on all 4 aircraft, and I think that was a weld issue. I don't think it was the actual material itself that cracked. I think it might have been a hairline crack in the weld, but that's my opinion, because of the fact that the material itself, if it was a stress crack in the titanium, because I think they're titanium, aren't they? Those tubes, they might have had to have sort of like re-engineered it in terms of like maybe a couple of thou thicker, for example, but by the sounds of it, the speed that they've done it at, I think it was a weld issue. So it might have been even something as simple as the material used in the weld itself may have been a contributing factor to the cracking, or the fact that it wasn't strong enough. Nigel Gale. According to Simple Flying, the 797 will be built in Washington, targeted to fill the void of the 757. Well, make sure you put a nice decent undercarriage on her, and well, there we go. It's doesn't look anything like a 757, but obviously 757's a single aisle jet, isn't it? So it's going to be a single aisle Dreamliner then. So it is therefore a replacement for the 737, I think. Or is the 737 going to continue? Because if it's a single aisle jet, would they need the 737 anymore? And with that announcement, have they shot themselves in the foot with potential orders for the future with the 737 MAX? Because I can quite clearly see that, you know, the 737, the MAX, or the 737 in general, has reached its maximum length, forgive the pun. Thank you, Nigel. Shane DeCosta, Beluga versus the 380. Well, you know what? I think in height, in terms of height, the A380 the Beluga is higher and taller and wider. Although saying that, what's the cabin width of the 380? I don't think the Beluga is a pressurised compartment, or do they have the option of pressurising it? If that's the case, then they don't need any insulation like they do on these passenger jets, where there's a big load of insulation between the plastic and the inside of the cabin. Then you've got your insulation, like your walls at home, really. You know, right, mate, got the insulation. Yeah, so and that's a lot of weight saving if they okay, folks, if you're waiting for the Beluga, ladies and gents. Okay, 6:41 we're hearing now. Dan, the Beluga was not just the A380 parts, but the Beluga is used. The Beluga, well, in fact, its original aircraft was the Guppy, which was created to ship parts from the different manufacturers and suppliers with the early Airbus aircraft, the A300. Then the A310, and then of course once the things started to pick up the zip, the A320 was the big move that Airbus made that got Boeing right on the back foot, sort of like, oh, flipping heck, okay, fly-by-wire, really, okay. And obviously, you know, we all remember the issue that Airbus had flying their brand new fly-by-wire aircraft right in front of a fully packed Paris Air Show. Was it Paris Air Show? Where it went down in the woods when the aircraft's computers actually thought that they were landing the aircraft. Because it was going so slowly to do the fly past, that it actually just continued to descend, and they couldn't override it, and it went straight in and made a perfect landing in the woods, but unfortunately ended in disaster. Obviously a lot learned from that. Surprisingly, I'm quite surprised that you know, they would have obviously tried and tested that manoeuvre, wouldn't they, with the A320 before. They wouldn't have run it as a first-time opportunity at the Paris Air Show. I'm sure they would have tested that at Toulouse, which yeah, that's bear to think. Until Boeing shores up their balance sheet, Eagle Atlanta, and return profitability, they aren't going to. Yeah, one thing's for sure, Boeing have not got any money at the moment, folks. I mean, even Airbus have you know, I mean, they have made profits, but they've also made losses. Interestingly enough, Boeing at this moment, they've just been downgraded, I believe, by Wells Fargo in the United States, which makes it even more difficult for them to borrow money. But they are very heavily government subsidised, aren't they? No one will ever let Boeing hit the skids, that's for sure. They'll be shored up, but only up to a certain amount. And to be honest with you, a new aeroplane is going to cost around about $45 billion to design and build. Yes, we did, Gilly, and I'd still be. No. You know, in select stores, actually. Yes. Actually, it's a bit of a. Yeah. It's a bit of a. You know, safe is a little bit of a. Mark Proven, this is a great question from Mark. What are the odds of becoming a pilot if I start in my mid-30s? Software engineer at the moment, but thinking I'm having a midlife crisis. Mark, you know what? 30, I would say 30, you'd be absolutely fine, mate. You've got 35 years, mate. and to be honest with you, they're crying out for pilots right now. If you're able to afford the schooling, it's not cheap, but there are other routes around it where you can apply to one of the schools, like for instance with British Airways, or even EasyJet, or I mean some of the American airlines are subsidising as well, but that's obviously depends on where you live, mate. But I would have a go at 30 years old and a systems engineer, did he say? That kind of like that's pretty cool, and so therefore you're up with the whole computer stuff, and you know, because that's what basically you're flying now, isn't it? A giant flying computer, isn't it? Insane. On the road, 98 Beluga delayed to 1840. Okay, so an hour and 20 minutes. Oh well, it is what it is, mate. We'll just stick around. I'm sure that there's a few people who've, what is it, 5:22 now, finished work, on the way home, on the train maybe. Yeah, there's a few people who are probably rushing home right now. Wait, hold on. So Mark Proven, let us know how you get on with that. Make some inquiries. Obviously it sounds like you're very well skilled, qualified as well. I think the biggest part of becoming a pilot is the whole navigation thing, isn't it? Because everything else is much like, you know, I mean, obviously the flying of the aircraft and the skill of flying an aircraft. He's a bit impatient, this fella, isn't he? Oh, you wouldn't believe that. It's Ramo, people, just no drinks, no food, just cameras. I know. LFC Ian, another 20-minute delay on the Beluga. At this rate, Jerry could catch a lift down to Toulouse for Wednesday, yeah. Oh, people help themselves, mate. People just help themselves, don't they? Arlene Jasmine. Arlene, you're a star, thank you. Arlene has gifted a channel membership. That's very kind of you, Arlene. That means that somebody, one lucky person is going to come down to Toulouse with us next week, and this week, sorry, and even at the end of the month, join us in Anchorage. And I hope you can all join me there. What's that? Plenty going on without the Beluga, Farid saying, yeah, he's right, you know. This is guy creeping up behind him. LDN Aviation. Where is BEA today? Well, if you get her registration, get the reg up. This is the Pratt Whitney. It's not Pratt Whitney, it's the Alliance engine. Pratt Whitney and General Electric GPW 7200 engine. Emirates operating both Rolls-Royce powered and GPW powered A380s. Huge. Going to see one of those down in Toulouse this week, undergoing wing stress checks. I think they're carrying it out on their entire fleet at some point, or ones of a certain age or whatever, different batches of aircraft. So this is a big aeroplane, folks. As if you didn't know. Oh, please don't bring the kid right next to us, please. Please don't bring the kid right next to us. Nightmare scenario in it. Places just round, just photographers, just people out themselves. Agent M has gifted a channel membership. 323. First class member, returning first class member, welcome. A couple of 350s in the lineup. I know, mate. I know. I know. I know. What can you do, mate? What can you do? Nothing you can do, is there? I feel sorry for the I feel sorry for the people who are at the door because just think themselves. A free for all, isn't it? Yeah, I know. Tell them one thing, and everybody does it. What they, yeah. Terrible. Got to be honest with you. People with time. Lazy 8. Mr. Oscar 323 is a returning member. Welcome back, mate. Eric TWBA due in at 8:08 from Düsseldorf, so we won't see it today. Ty's gifted 10 channel memberships, thanks, mate. Yeah, that's what we need, yeah, we totally do, mate. Still smoky, the old if you look at the back end of this 350, you probably won't see it now because he's moved quite far up, but watch as he powers up. See if we can see that black billowing smoke. There it is, there it is. It's only initial, but there it is again, look. Almost as smoky as a 767. Yeah, that's parking up at the staff car park, isn't it? That's parking on the side of the road. No one would be as stupid as to do that, would they?
Do you think I can get a picture of you, please?
What's that, mate?
Can I get a picture of you, please?
Yeah, go on in, fella. All good? Nice one, mate. Oh yeah, hold on. There you go, mate. Back to it. So this This is another jet that would have been assembled down in Toulouse, where we're going on Wednesday, folks. The main FAL, as they call it, the final assembly lines at Toulouse. It's got the footprint of the size of an average decent sized airport. Manufacturing sheds dotted all over the airfield, and of course the old 380s were assembled there as well, but they've kept the assembly lines open, but taken all the 380 equipment out of there, and now being used for the A321 assembly. He's just waiting for a intersecting departure. It's the Bluebird coming out. There's another one. Assembled, tested, delivered out of Toulouse. And generally, you never expect to see any of the aircraft that are delivered out of Toulouse going back to Toulouse. But who thought that we would see the A380s back there? Not all of them, just with Emirates. I wonder if it was something to do with the climate, where the Emirates jets parked up, whether that's related in any way to the cracking that they found on the wing spar. I think it's sounds like me on alien. Aviation. Stuart Ross, yeah, indeed. Moose the Anchorage Moose. Oh, listen to this thing. Power in your hands right now. What, on the Beluga post? Wow. Beverly George estimated departure time now 18:01, so around about 20 minutes. Hopefully we'll need a kind of an update from because Roger's positioning himself over there, isn't he, over by those Cathay jets. Nice flight. fella. You've got to stand there, yeah? You're in my shop there, yeah? Oh, that's interesting. There's an interesting shot there, look. The two, well, they're not really competitors, are they? Because, well, are they? The E2 jet versus the A220. You can clearly see there the difference in the, they're both single-aisle jets, different cabin configuration, same engines though, the Pratt & Whitney PW1300s, either 13s, 14s or 1100s, one of those three different types. But yeah, the Embraer really picked up over the last 3 years in terms of sales. KLM, a big operator like KLM picking them up is a good thing for the airframer, because it just proves that it's a good quality regional jet. Airbus sort of like taking the A220 under its wing, forgive the pun. It's not a replacement in any way for the A320 jet, as you can see there. It's a much fatter aircraft as the A320. Got more capability in terms of its range, although the A220, I think that's going to stick where it is, isn't it? In terms of the regional capabilities. But the 321, well, even the 320, of course, does have a long range opportunity as well. Fly the 321 across the Atlantic from here with JetBlue. Oh, that's nice. Air India's pushed. That's good. So now we'll get a good look at her and her new livery. Jason Bostock has gifted 10 memberships. Thank you, Jason. Mark Proven, I don't think I got Mark, he's gifted a channel membership. Thanks, mate. And we got Ty gifting 10. So that's the LEAP engine, LEAP 1A. And this is the E2 jet, which is a completely new wing. Primarily the same fuselage, but obviously got a lot of modifications. I think they may, because of those if you were a local, politician, and you were on the board of directors for clean, quiet aeroplanes, you would definitely put that one down in your on your wish list in terms of the how well it would please the local community compared to something like the old 111s, remember them? Or old 737s, even the CFM powered 737s. But you can definitely tell quite clearly the difference in the engine note and the engine noise. And that's what it's all about, not just the footprint in terms of its exhaust, but also the footprint in terms of its engine noise. Parky Marky, really quiet. KLM 3 Embraer. So here's the other engine. It's noticeably louder. That's an engine, isn't it? That's an engine. I wonder if that's that GE90 that was in that right-hand hangar earlier on today. It's all wrapped up, ready for the transporter. Hasn't taken off yet, folks. So this is the really next generation of jets that we're looking at here. These are going to be the sort of like after the likes of the ATRs. These are going to be the early form of the hybrid engine family, or even open fan technology. Which I'll be dead in my grave by the time that all comes along, thank God, because without any noise, aviation isn't aviation, is it? I mean, how much fun would a Spitfire be if it was electric? Not really. The sound of a Merlin engine is nothing like it, is there? Nothing will ever replace that, even if it is hordes of people involved, interested that much in the aviation world when everything goes hybrid. Although even a hybrid jet with a you know, part fuel cell technology, part fossil fuel technology, with a hybrid engine would still make the noise like this on takeoff, because it needs that power on takeoff. It's going to be many, many years before we're able to see an all-electric powered jet of that size. Because you need a lot of torque to get that thing moving and to climb right up to its climbing altitude. There's that. Massively overdue a trip out to Zurich. Could be, by the time the Beluga goes out, mate, we could get a stunning climb out shot. 723. David Beeston, will the damage stabiliser be loaded onto the Beluga, or would that have already been sorted earlier? I'll be honest with you, they'll probably just scrap it. It hasn't been removed yet. The tip of the stabiliser has been removed, but I think the reason for that is because they were waiting for the specialist engineers to come in, the technicians, so that they can remove the elevator, because obviously the elevator is a very important component that needs to be handled by specialist technicians. So that's I don't think the stabiliser's even been removed yet. They'll spend the next 15 to 20 days carrying out those works, and she should be up and flying by the end of the month. That's what I've been told. Maybe we'll be here to catch her return to service. Who knows? those two together look quite nice, don't they? Those two together. It's quite a nice combination. Looks like all of BA and Virgin's 350-1000s are going through the inspection of on their engines for the fuel lines. There's one over in the shed the other side, which is looks like it's going through engine inspections. Taking that big route again at some point, shouldn't they? All these aircraft, these 6 350s that are with Air India, were originally with Aeroflot before all the troubles, and of course all taken back by Airbus. And I think they, as far as I'm aware, they still have got the Aeroflot cabin interior, which would mean it would be blue, wouldn't it? I'm sure that they're going to go through a cabin refit at some point in the near future. Heading back to Toulouse, folks. Good chance we'll see it on Wednesday there as well. See how the front end of the A320 looks very similar to the A350, which is why I call it a little mini 350. Beautiful front end of it. Very space age, very modern. Probably the most modern looking front end of an aircraft. I mean, the Dreamliner is special. I might just say it's a 350. Oldest one out there really is the 737 with the A320. Really.
Yeah.
Mind you, 737's been around for flipping donkey's years, isn't it? Swiss Steph, she might look like a mini 350, but she flies like a sports car. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Is that the one? United 767 pushing now. I've got a Jordanian, and it's undisturbed livery. All its engine cowls in one piece. Nose cone there. The radome is the right colour. Everything's working on that jet. Might look a little bit grubby, but. Returning member, welcome back, Kevin. Some random time zone. Oh dear, oh Lord. Klaus. Could have a funky shot in the making here. Go on, girl. Keep climbing. Keep climbing. There you go. Keep going. If we're going to get it. There it is. Oh, she should make a left turn. Or is she going to go out over the top? Going long. Klaus, do whales make that sound? I mean, they do. Whale call is, yeah, you know what? He's right. There is a, we just call him a Wookiee out because it sounds like a Wookiee. But he's right. The whale does. Certain whales do have a call like that, don't they? If you listen to them, they can hear each other for like hundreds of miles. Paul Whip, do you think that BA will invest in some 220s? Well, what's happening with their regional stuff out in London City? We did discuss that a little while back about the replacement for their current Embraer fleet. I think they might go for the E2s, you know. In which case, I don't know. You know, maybe somebody was saying about the aging 320 CEO fleet with BA, that they're going to be replaced by 320s and 321s. So they're not coming to Heathrow. You might see them operating out somewhere, you know, out some of the regional stuff. Well, you know, London City, for example, like I said. Yorkie bark over there. If you want a sticker, Yorkie bark. There's a lovely old aeroplane, folks. People don't look, do they? Even though it's classy. I would just put ETD, Gilly, so that rather, because okay, all right then. Okay, so what about when they minimise it then? What about then when they minimise it? They don't even look at it, but they minimise it. Yeah, but they don't look at it and they minimise it. So that's, you know. Chilly. It's easy, man. Easy. One line instead of two lines. Oh. Grandad text. That would have to be really small there then, man, wouldn't it? Great big bins, but that's what I see there. See, that's what I see there. Then now show me that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't even need to look. because I know what's coming in. Smallest text ever. Yeah. Jason Bostock. No, that's a cat. Yes, you just sent me mine, yeah. Yeah, thanks for that. Okay. All right, okay, I see that, yes. So what about the older generation who are like me and they have massive text? Yes, indeed, yeah.
That's what it looks like as a whole day.
Yes.
I work for British Airways, so I work for British Airways, so I was able to get, come up with those programs, and I'm looking down onto it. So
Back to that in a minute. Sorry, Virgin, but we got a big lump lining up. Vibration. Hear that? It's the engine. It's quite common, not common, but I've heard that a few times on the A350, that sort of vibration noise on spoiler. Stop laughing at my age, Jilly. Alex Hooper. I'm glad I wasn't the only one who heard it, because that's insane, man. That's a full send on that 350, mate. I'll tell you what, can also be a full send. It's the BA380. Rolls-Royce, all the 380 fleet powered by Rolls-Royce. And the only non-Rolls-Royce, well, actually, no. All their 320, all their Neo jets powered by the LEAP engine, which is the CFM replacement. So they didn't go with, well, IAE haven't created a replacement engine, have they? But I guess they've got their fingers in a few pies. Because the LEAP engine is a joint venture between Safran and General Electric. Creeping up to the line. His old Pratt & Whitney engines. Yeah, until the next delay. Engine bigger than what, though? Engine bigger than what? Oh, no, all the engines are the same dimension on the A380, all four engines same dimension. But what you will find on, which is quite interesting, even though it's very difficult to actually spot it, but these engines are not actually straight on at us in terms of their pitch and their toe in and their toe out. The engines are ever so slightly towed in or towed out, or towed in and towed out, to be honest with you. In other words, pointing inwards, and in terms of the angle of the engine, the pitch of the engine, again, it's something that's always during the development of an aircraft, and especially the wing of an aircraft. Those two factors are really important in terms of the engine positioning and also the pitch and the toe. Oh, pretty grand balloon. 1725. What's going on, mate? I ain't going anywhere anyway. Are we there yet? Hello, mate. Camera. Give us a thumbs up. Go on, son. Bless him. Little kid. It's something that we don't see all that often, but we do see it from time to time. Egypt Air's A320neo. It's another thing that, you know, when we're down in Toulouse, we might see Asian carriers with their new aircraft, which are ferried from Toulouse to their final destination. see like Cebu Pacific. We see, well, we see kind of tend to see Cebu Pacific down there, don't we? Okay, so Martin Saxton. Martin, trust me, I'm here till the Beluga goes, whether it's 10 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock in the morning. Well, I won't be able to do that because, well, I don't know. I probably would actually. God, that's a point. 20%, mate. 20%. So I'm not overly happy about that, to be honest with you. What we looking at? Yeah. In terms of about a third on the mic, but I've got a spare mic here, so it's going to be tricky. Oh, is that a tug? Terry the tow bar tug man. No, I've been doing that for ages, mate. Nazir Aziz is a brand new member. Welcome to you, Nazir. DM Finpar, point. Just listen to his crack when he's. This morning with the landing system inoperable. Did that go in VOR? Is it a VOR approach when it doesn't use the ILS? Somebody tell me, please. Shout out to BA168 from Shanghai. His son Max is working it. Is that the one that's on approach now, GB? Lizzie Wright. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. Lovely old school jet. Old school problems. Smooth operator. Come on, Beluga, we need you going out, mate. We need you. We need this sunset shot. I think this is still the biggest livery in terms of scale, isn't it? The Finnair jet. Look at the livery. Look at the logo in terms of like the Delta. Delta, come on. We need a much bigger font than that, don't you? That is probably the biggest, I'd say. Lot in terms of scale is pretty damn big as well, isn't it? The big lot, that is. Beluga, Heathrow to Toulouse, estimated departures 1925. 1814 now, still no movement. I'm not seeing any change in the positioning of the Beluga or any activity around it at this stage. We're only able to see the back end of it. I don't even know if the nose is closed yet, or whether they've even offloaded the bleeding thing. Like somebody said earlier, I might as well jump on board that one and give me a lift down to Toulouse, Julie. HCL. Oh, the hair! That's the finish. Korean 747 GP. It's around about that time, isn't it? Yeah. Let me just grab this 350 because that was a beautiful livery with China. So look at that. Well, at this rate, likely to get that then, aren't we? To be expected, isn't it? You're going to get it. People, we've got to appreciate is that people are coming in and joining every minute of the stream. So you're going to get lots and lots of people asking questions about the Beluga that we've already answered. It does happen, folks. So just go with it. We were all here late in the game at some point, and if you are, then. If you can't see it on the feed, you kind of throw it in there, don't you? Sorry to ask, but this question must have been asked God knows how many times. Well, you know. Aviation, the best passion. I'll tell you what it is, mate. Japan's 1990, 1958 Korean 747 is the ETD, Egypt Air's little Neo. Yeah. You see, Catherine has just joined, and what did she say? So glad I haven't missed the Beluga. So Catherine doing a little bit of visual research before she says hello. So she now is aware by reading the pinned comment at the top. The Beluga is due out, estimated 1925. This is the A330neo, folks. Some people call it the poor man's 350, but you know, there are operators who are operating both the 330neo and the 350, obviously on different routes or same routes or whatever. But you know, in terms of running costs and all that kind of thing, slightly more, I think, on the 350. Never seen that aeroplane before, and see how bold it is with the livery on it. Big bold statement, Finnair, love it. Simon Harding's, yeah, it is obviously it has a lower threshold in terms of its capability of operating in side winds, crosswinds than a conventional aircraft like this. Isn't there all the dinners in the oven? Are they? He could have a bit of a funky shot here if he keeps climbing. Keep climbing, son. Don't level out too soon. We've got another aircraft in front of you. It's the bomber stream shot. There it is, folks. Yeah, getting pretty funky with that. 330neo on the left, 350 on the right. The sleek front end of a 220. Is that a fueling Bowser? Okay, interesting. Why didn't they do that, mind you? You wouldn't want to do that when you're loading or offloading a. Yeah, I think, you know, I think that Bowser is destined for the Beluga. Because you never see Bowsers going around the back of the sheds there. So I think that's crept in there. Delay. 801. Oh no. Sunset is at 7:28, but that doesn't mean darkness at 7:28. It's just sunset. Suze is a new member. Welcome, Suze. Just joined us as a channel member. Going to be joining us down in Toulouse on Wednesday. Darkness by 2000 big rays. Well, almost. Yeah. Here's a livery that's been around a while now, but I'm still not massively converted because of that blue pinstripe on the engine nacelle. Kind of looks like they've borrowed it. I'd much rather they have continued the orange nacelle. But wow, yeah. Oh, Hodgie just giving us a list of decent aircraft to look out for at Toulouse. Where's that come from? Is that on here? Oh, okay. Hodgie, 3 to look out for at Toulouse. Koreans first 350-9, Malaysians first 330neo, and Ethiopians first 350-1000. Yeah, and that's going to be. I think they're going to be operating that into Heathrow, aren't they? 351, maybe not. Bev's parents celebrating a diamond wedding anniversary. Got a letter from the king. I thought that was only when you had your 100th birthday, innit? And he was the first person to receive a 100th birthday card from the new king. New livery, kind of like a revision of the old one. We will endeavour to do a show on Sunday, Janet. We will be doing a show this Sunday. Okay. Without her daughter. Oh, bless. Are on Wednesday. It's always a little bit of a roll of the dice, isn't it? But we're looking at north and south winds as opposed to east or west winds here. What are they doing currently, GP? They will, man. They will. Yeah. God bless anybody who's legitimately booked in for a meal here. Good luck with that. LA girl, good evening to you. Oh. They're the opposite of what I want. Right, and what about Wednesday? What's Wednesday looking like? Okay, well, we'll just, yeah, roll those dice. Great deal of sense there, Smithy. It's not most flights coming back at 777s. A 380 that goes out, yeah, but to Dubai. Talking about out to Dubai. Why most of them are 380s and the ones coming back at 777s? Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess if he's talking about Heathrow, yeah. But that isn't the case. They are not. I mean, the only time you'll see a 777 operating to and from Dubai from Heathrow will be the 777 with BA and the Emirates 777 itself. Other than that, 380 there, 380 back, or 380 there, 777 back, maybe. 777 there, 380 back. It depends on how your flight's booked. You know, all those kinds of parameters. But, yeah, I don't know why are you getting confused on that one, Smithy? Don't understand. Oh, from Birmingham, right, okay. Well, then I wouldn't know. Yeah, they might well operate. It's not so much the return flight, though, is it? They obviously have a 380 that... Yeah, they obviously have a 380 that goes in there. Obviously, it's got to fly back, hasn't it? So, I don't really understand. Don't know about that, Smithy. Birmingham, I don't understand the logistics of Birmingham. Hodgie, yeah, want runway 14 at Toulouse, indeed. Just wait. Oh, fire, fire. What's going on there? It's Royal Air Maroc. So it's always either their Dreamliner or their 737 MAX. It's interesting news about the 797. It's sort of like now gathering a little bit of pace, even though it's only one day old, the news. Nothing official from Boeing, although somebody said that Boeing did make an announcement that the next aircraft that they build will be built in Washington. So it's a little bit of a hint, maybe. John Walton's going to need a lay-in after this chat. Fair play, aviation in 4K, mate. I mean, really no idea. Well, yeah, he's a good kid, yeah. God, people are still coming on here, aren't they? So speaking to Captain Calamari, that's it, Captain Calamari with Japan Airlines, who flies the 787. He's type rated on 777 and 787. He's going to be type rating to the A350 with Japan Airlines. It's going to take him 5 months. Crazy, isn't it? It says the Dreamliner window, the cockpit windows are beautiful. Do a bit of an improvement on the font size for the fuselage. Oh no, still 20%. Yes, Eastern's Panda livery off there in the distance. And a Qatar triple, is it? Or is that 350? I think it's a 350, isn't it? No, it's a triple. segmented carbon fuselage that has to be added, unlike the 350, which is a single piece. This is front segment, mid segment, back segment empennage. For those of you into your historic jets, you know what I'm talking about when you look at the front of that aircraft. Got very much like a Comet front end. The Ram, ladies and gentlemen. Fly SS. It's the first big word I learned when I started Picture TV. It is. Empennage, nacelle, or nacelle. But yes, empennage is a lovely sounding descriptive word for the back end of an aeroplane, or the tail section. Including the horizontal and vertical stabilizer. There'll be a whole load of empennage going on down in Toulouse, trust me. Oh yes, it's French, yes. Rear end, perhaps? Back end? Oh, look at his empennage. See now, what happens when you get a radome, a dodgy radome? That's what happens when you get a dodgy radome, or a replacement one that isn't matching the colour of your. Oh, it's French for tailplane. Okay, well it is the tailplane. The tail plane, as in the plane, as in plane, not plane, not plane as in aeroplane, but plane as in. Horizontal, like a plane, okay, a flat surface, isn't it? Isn't it a flat surface? But then you've got the vertical surface as well. Maybe the vertical surface, whichever way it is, vertical or horizontal, it is a plane, isn't it? I guess, but not an aeroplane. It's involved with an aeroplane, but it isn't the aeroplane. Gated that Austrian jet over there. It's quite rare for them to put single aisle jets over there. They've also put that Swiss one there as well. That's all about. They've got a couple of closed gates or feels that. There's another. So Kenya Airways all up in the air and running now. Look at that. See what I mean? Now it looks like a right old spare parts mobile, doesn't it? Spare flipping engine nacelle and spare nose. Even though that I just they had have kept the orange cowls, I would have much preferred that. Honest. Still an hour. I don't reckon that bunch is going to last long enough. I think we're going to have to. I'm going to have to run down and get that battery. That means me leaving the camera unattended. Well, I don't think so. I think the best thing to do is point it out at the entry point so that people can, yeah. I'm going to do that.
Do you want to stand in front?
That's all right. I'm going to go. Mum of the Year award goes to me.
Guys, can I just say that we pay to be here. I
Right.
don't want to bug you or anything, but I need that full shot there
Yeah.
and that full shot there.
Yeah.
If that's all right?
That's fine,
Yeah?
that's
Thanks,
fine.
man. Appreciate it. Okay. Well, where's that lady who just came and thank you to her? Because, mind you, no! But we still got 10%. No, 20%. I got 20%. Yeah, I got 20%. We're good. We're good. We've got to keep an eye on it now, haven't we, mate? This is the. It's got a big smile on her face, look. It will, mate, it will. Unless we get a curtain twitcher. So the reason why she's so big, folks, as you know, not a lot of people know that, but this aircraft capable now of 3 times the range of the original Beluga, but not only that, they're able to carry double the number of wings to her predecessor. And as you can see, where the mouth is of the beluga whale, there, the smiling mouth, is the flight deck. This is a completely modified A330 freighter. So it's literally been chopped and rejoined. Is that two tow bars that have been, or is that there's one single tow bar? I thought that might be two hooked up together, but that would be a very difficult thing to do unless they were attached rigid. Two big horizontal vertical stabilisers at the end of the horizontal stabilisers there, the vertical stabilisers. Literally there to stabilise the aircraft, because you can see from the compared to a conventional aircraft, the fuselage is obviously a massive bulk and therefore disrupts the airflow, which is why the outboard stabilisers on the back there are used to keep her nice and stable. This is going to be quite a long tow, he thinks. Pace him up. He's gifted 10 memberships. Thanks, Pace him up. Start's going to be around about there. Yeah.
I know.
Bob M, good question. Similar wake separation to an A380? Possibly. Yeah, but the wing of the A380 is just so massive, isn't it? And really, it is the wing that creates most of the wake behind an aircraft, and therefore, obviously, an 80-metre wingspan on the A380 with obviously 4 engines as well to generate all that wake. I would imagine that the 380 has a far bigger wake footprint than this aircraft. No, as the fuselage is going to come into it too much. I'll tell you what, Snoopy, no different than a standard A330 flight deck, but maybe more of a sort of like sports car feel about it, because you're actually quite low to the ground. You're actually down there at the same height as like the A320 or something like that, because they've obviously had to lower the flight deck in order to accommodate the huge front end on it, the loading area. Craig B, very likely she will go up quite quick. She's lightweight, she's got nothing on board her, other than the some of the equipment maybe that they brought with her to use, help with the offload. But other than that, it's all going to be aluminium and alloys and stuff like that, no heavy stuff. So yeah, she'll go up quite quick. Power to weight ratio. John Grudem, take care. Dave Doe. Yeah, we'll do auto land, Dave. It will be equipped to do auto land. She's got exactly the same capabilities as her passenger jet, or the cargo jet that she's they used to build her. In Toulouse tomorrow. Still got 20%. You know, still got 2 bars on it. It's just obviously. I'd rather have it now and then switch it out. Ian Mitchell's a new premium member. Welcome, Ian. See, the question is, have they just towed her up to that point? And she's just going to sit there for another half an hour or something. What's the ETD? Another half an hour, yeah, isn't it? But she's got, those engines are not running, are they? They are not running. Okay. Are we going to risk it for a biscuit? Are we going to risk it for a biscuit? Yeah. Yeah. mate. I've got to go downstairs and get battery. Look after it for me, yeah?
That's fine.
Standing on it before each plane has got at least
I'll be out here by Christmas. Mrs. said treat yourself, so I'll treat yourself.
Sorry fellas, cheers. Right, just be aware folks that it's going to go off for a very brief second. I want to make sure that I've got the enough power for this, so refresh your phones when it goes off. Yeah, that's we're back. Who doesn't mind a little bit of prop action, folks? Yeah, the future of aviation in terms of biotechnology and fuel cell technology, folks. This is what you're looking at in terms of the future of the regional aircraft. Open fan technology with a fuel cell which is powered by a mixture of hydrogen and air, which is literally an onboard factory on the aircraft. The air mixes with the hydrogen, that creates electricity and therefore creates all the power. But at this stage, you can only get an aircraft this size. And to be honest with you, a full one of these you're going to struggle with getting it off the ground. But obviously they have already successfully tested engines, but it's a question of its capability. See the picture of those engines, folks. See that? See how they're pointing downwards? That's because when the aircraft is flying, it's flying at an angle which basically brings those engines level. So that's all of that is done on in terms of the design of the aircraft. Just saw 801 there. Oh, okay, all right. She needs to go now because that's a beautiful sky. Wow. She needs to go now. Come on, guys. Well, not at this stage, mate, because literally every minute that ticks by is going to be a loss of light, isn't it? Fly SSC turbofan won't hold long-haul flights. Of course it won't. Never said it would. That's what regional, the word regional's for, mate. I see what you're saying though about the turbofan technology, the open fan technology. But you know, the airframers and the engine makers are already consulting about open fan technology. They've already argued the case that, you know, open fan technology is far too on a small scale at this stage to even contemplate having a long haul, any type of long haul aircraft. My feeling towards what could potentially be the future of hybrid jets would be operating a hybrid engine that still uses synthetic fuels, albeit biofuel, sustainable aviation, as well as a mix of that and electrical power. Because once the aircraft I mean, when you get a hybrid car, you generally use the electrical power and the combustion engine charges the battery. Here we go. She's moving. So I still don't think it's fired up. I think she's still being towed.
She's not on her own power yet.
Richard Groves currently being tracked by 6,368 people. If you're wondering, folks, what we're talking about when we say tracked, we're using a tracking app which is called Flight Radar 24, available to everybody. It's absolutely free. You can download it on whatever phone you've got. It's available in both app stores.
paramedics, so you can fix the place on concept.
So much for having a nice private session up here this afternoon, eh? Tracked #1 worldwide. I will want to do a debrief on this, though. I've got to be honest with you. Got to do a debrief on it, haven't you?
Stay back.
Planespotting, yes. Coming up there. Well,
What's that? Oh yeah. With the oh, okay, because I do, yeah. Surround. They need to start sound. Lucky man, then, aren't you? Yeah. Bleeding hundreds. Professor's got a meeting coming up, hasn't he? Oh, what a shame, Professor. Sorry to see you go, mate. Looks like his luck's just run out. He was hoping that it might not clash with his meeting, but looks like he's got, talking about Emirates 777s. Here we go. Oh, Professor's internet. Oh yeah. Just come on. You know, you can do the old, you know, pretend. Sorry. What's that? What's that? Can't hear you. Hello. Just do that. Hello. We can see you, but we can hear you. But hello. Sorry. Let me sign off and come back on again. I'll try and carry on without me. Try it out.
I'm not.
Maybe watch other channels then, mate, Solaris. Watch who you're around, or you know, yeah, just be choosy who your friends are and all that. You know, if you're people are doing that, then you don't have to stick around, mate. You know, be the stronger one, mate. You're more than welcome here, Solaris. Far more welcome than it sounds to other than other places, but everyone's always very welcome here.
I'm technically here most pretty much every day.
Really.
Look out the window at these people freezing with massive puffy coats on. Burn jackets.
Yep.
Still just about there. Come on, mate. Get your engines running, son.
Beluga's coming back tomorrow.
They've obviously not finished the work.
No. I think it's the same time. So
Yeah, it's coming at 11:20 and going out, I think, about 6.
yes.
G6 engine starting, apparently. How does he know that? How does he know that?
They got some Madrid at 350 as well.
Welcome back, Badger.
Come on, Beluga, you got that.
Jamie Watson.
And if it's to do with
Very true, Alison. Oh, mate, that's sunset. Mate. Sunset's going to come on, mate. Let's get this timed perfectly, shall we?
Not that far. No to that.
आगे हो
It's so big. Makes a bit more effort to get it moving. I have the same problem. I'm not that bad, I mean.
No, 20, innit?
If you say so.
Yeah. So it's different for everyone, isn't it?
I'm not sure. I'm guessing it's going back to pick up the. So when it came in, it was on like it was a hotel unit. So I think it was on like obviously a special kind of cradle thing. So I think they're probably taking the cradle tonight and fit, or like taking off and fit the aircraft. And they'll probably come back tomorrow and bring the cradle back, or take the cradle back to Toulouse. I'm guessing they come back in to pick up. That's my guess. I might be wrong. Don't hold me to that. I'm not sure. Well, it's on the list tomorrow, but obviously
It's not. I'll just check my radar and it's not scheduled.
Well, I work at Heathrow.
Well,
I've
yeah,
got the special. I've got an app, a flight app. So that's,
Oh, that's very best time of day to sell a car in it around about this time of night.
Airport staff, unfortunately. Yeah, it's a brilliant app. I mean, it's September 10th, 11:20. Sorry, it's classified. Because it. Don't put departure yet, but I mean, I think I've messed you out about.
Yeah, I know.
I think it's about 6 o'clock. Take part. I'm not sure. I think it came this morning, but I think it took quite a while to kind of offload and get set up to go back again.
Do. News at 10. Yeah, that's precisely the whole question. You say hotel guests. These are not all hotel guests, man. They just help themselves. Be a whole different thing if it's a cool help anyone who's come here for a meal, a quiet meal with their wife or husband or whatever. Good luck with that. Okay, we're going to get a nice booming start up with these GEs. How about that? Get some noise going.
Not yet. I don't know why it's not. Move a little bit.
Kind of and not really. Ting Tong, be honest with you, mate. I don't like to sort of like, be negative about it, but it is kind of a little bit something that needs to be discussed at another time. But yeah, blind eye, obviously, or even that they were just over inundated with.
Oh yeah.
Okay, she's moving.
Yeah, I'm the pro.
Fucking, it's under her own power as well.
Yes.
Go around on the southern. Emirates making all the noise. Looks like the Beluga's up next. Somebody's going to be. She's moving. Conversations going on between that BA crew there, didn't you? And that one there possibly as well. And that one there. Here we go. beginning of that Duran song, isn't it? Here we go. Turn left, turn left, turn left. Come on, son, turn left. Man, that's gone up steep, mate. That's crazy. Leveling out, I think. She's gone up real steep. She turned left now. She might shoot the moon, mate. She's turning left now. Come on, mate. We need a long... In fact, she might even be higher than the moon at this rate. No, she's going long. She's going to go down on the west coast. And then head down over the Isle of Wight. And then down... coast of France, isn't it? All the way down to... We'll see you tomorrow, mate. See you... No, Wednesday, isn't it? There she goes, folks. How about that? She's getting a bit of flu from. Go on, hit that cloud. Yeah, there we go, look. Go on, girl. Wow. Flew off the Beluga. Yeah. Kind of want to follow her, just in case. You never know, mate. You never know. No, she's going to straighten up now, isn't she? Just check the flight radar, GP. See the track. Well, there we go, folks. She's straightening up. She's straightening up.
Can I get one more picture with you because we're leaving?
Yeah. Go on then, mate. Nice one, mate. You got a sticker, yeah?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Good man. Pleasure.
It was nice to meet you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Cheers. Okay, folks. Well, there you go. That's it. I'm going to get myself home. Get myself ready for Toulouse tomorrow. We're off to Toulouse for Wednesday, folks. So the midweek show is coming